So let's be real about something that doesn't get talked about enough. You're a woman over 45. You've had the same friend for 20, maybe 30 years. You've been to her weddings, her kids' graduations, her parents' funerals. You've held her hand through divorces, job losses, cancer scares. And then, one day, she just disappears. Not with a fight, not even a blow-up, just quiet. Texts go unanswered, calls go to voicemail, she's always busy, and you're left standing there, trying to figure out what you did wrong. That's the first place your mind goes. I must have said something. I must have hurt her. I'm the problem. And look, that's a completely understandable thing to think, but it's not the full story, not even close. When you first saw this video on your screen, you probably thought of a specific woman, someone who used to be your person. Maybe you even checked your phone just now to see if she'd replied, but she hadn't, and your stomach tightened. That's not paranoia, that's pattern recognition. Because ghosting isn't just a dating app thing anymore. It's happening in friendships that have lasted longer than some marriages. And it's happening to women like you. Not because you're needy, but because something shifts after 45 that nobody actually warns you about. Now, the obvious explanation, the one everyone reaches for, is that life gets busy. Kids leave the house, parents get sick, careers wind down or ramp back up, people grow apart. That's the surface read, and it's not entirely wrong, but it misses the real reason underneath, the one that has nothing to do with schedules and everything to do with something much quieter and much harder to name. So let's go back, okay? Not to last week, way back. Think about your friendships in your 20s and 30s. What held them together? Shared struggle, right? You were raising babies together, surviving terrible bosses together, figuring out marriage together. You genuinely needed each other. That need was the bond. But now you're over 45. The babies are grown. The career ladder is shorter. The marriage is either stable or it's over. And that raw, desperate need for another woman to just get it. It's changed. Not gone. Just different. And here's what happens when the struggle disappears. The glue starts to crack. Some women simply don't know how to be friends without a shared crisis to orbit around. That's the part nobody admits out loud. Some of your longtime friends were only comfortable when you were both struggling, both drowning, because that made them feel normal. But maybe you're not drowning anymore. Maybe you've done the therapy, set the boundaries, started actually saying no, and instead of being happy for you, she gets quiet, pulls back. Not because you did anything wrong, but because your calm reminds her of her own chaos, and she doesn't know how to just sit in that, so she ghosts. Not with cruelty, with cowardice. She disappears because staying would mean looking at her own life, and she's not ready to do that. That's the hidden second reason. It has nothing to do with you being too much. It has everything to do with her being not enough for her own life. Let me give you a real example. A woman I know, call her Diane, had a best friend since college. They talked every day, vacationed together, knew each other's passwords. Then Diane turned 50 and started taking better care of herself. Lost weight, went back to school, found a hobby she actually loved. Her friends started canceling plans, then stopped answering texts. Eventually, Diane heard through someone else that the friend had said, "Diane thinks she's better than everyone now." That wasn't true. Diane was just finally happy, and her friend couldn't stand it. Not out of jealousy exactly, out of shame. Diane's growth made her feel stuck, so she ran. Or this one. Another woman, call her Patricia, had a friend who called constantly with problems. Husband trouble, money trouble, kid drama. Patricia listened for hours every time. Then Patricia had her own hard moment, a health scare. She called her friend to talk, The friend listened for maybe 5 minutes, then said, "I have to go. I'll call you tomorrow." She never did. Patricia reached out 3 more times. Nothing. Because that friend never wanted a two-way street. She wanted a place to unload. The moment Patricia needed something back, the whole arrangement stopped working for her. So she vanished. Here's another one. And this one stings the most. Sometimes the ghosting isn't about jealousy or selfishness. It's about a quiet competition that was always running in the background. One you didn't fully see until now. Remember in your 30s how you'd compare kids' milestones, houses, vacations? That was subtle. Now the comparisons have shifted. She's watching your marriage, your health, your savings. And if you're doing well, she doesn't celebrate. She withdraws. Because your success quietly reads as her failure. That's not friendship. That's not friendship. That's a long rivalry wearing closeness like a costume. And you probably felt it. The little digs, the backhanded compliments, the must be nice dropped just casually enough to deny. But you made excuses because she was your friend. The second reason she ghosted is that she couldn't stand being near you anymore. Not because you're unlikable, because being near you reminded her of what she's missing. So she left. And she'll tell herself it was something you did. But it was her. It was always her. Here's the part specific to women our age. After 45, you've stopped performing. You're not trying to be the cool mom, the perfect wife, the office superstar. You're just you. And for some friends, that's disorienting. They don't know who you are without the version of you that was always managing, always accommodating. So instead of getting to know the real you, they leave. Ghosting is easier than adapting. Think about the last time you said no to a friend. Maybe you couldn't babysit. Maybe you skipped the expensive dinner. Did she go quiet? Stop including you? That's not punishment. That's her realizing the old you, the one who always said yes, is gone. And she doesn't want to work with the new one. The new one asks her to show up differently. And she's not willing. So she ghosts, with silence instead of a fight. And that silence, the space where her calls used to be, isn't empty at all. It's full of everything she couldn't say. I'm jealous. I'm ashamed. I don't know how to be your friend now that you're not suffering alongside me. That's the truth behind the ghosting. And none of it is about you being too sensitive or too needy or too anything. Women of our generation were raised to be loyal no matter what. We don't cut people off easily. We feel guilty for having limits. So when a friend ghosts us, we turn it inward. We decide we failed. But here's the reframe. She didn't ghost you because you're hard to love. She ghosted because she doesn't know how to love someone who's no longer in crisis. That's her limitation, not yours. The shift, and it's a small one, is this. You stop asking, why did she leave? And start asking, why was I okay with that dynamic for so long? You stop chasing women who've already written you off. And you start paying attention to who's still there, the ones who didn't disappear when you got healthier, happier, more yourself. Those are your real friends, the ones who can sit in your joy without needing to deflate it. You also let go of the fantasy that one more explanation will bring her back. It won't. Not because you failed to explain, because she doesn't want to be found. Some friendships are for a season. That season is over. You don't have to keep standing in the empty field waiting for weather that isn't coming. So here's what you take with you. Not a checklist, just a quiet truth. Getting ghosted after 45 isn't about being boring or old or unlovable. It's about her being unable to handle who you've become. And that is genuinely not your problem to fix. That hope you held that she'd come back, explain everything, apologize over coffee, wasn't wrong. It was just placed in the wrong hands. You were the one holding the door open. Now you get to let it close. Not with anger, with clarity. So, remember that chest-tightening feeling when her name appeared on your phone and you already knew she wouldn't pick up? You can now put that down. Not because it didn't matter, but because you can finally see who was really absent, not you, but her. And that's not bitterness. That's just the story getting told the right way for once. You get to write the next chapter, not for the friend who left, not for the version of yourself who thought loyalty meant enduring anything, but instead, for you.